Before going further, we should actually break down what sports analytics is. So when you bring that word up, the first thing a lot of people think of is Moneyball, like you mentioned earlier. So can you share with us what exactly it entails, sports analytics, and even in the movie Moneyball, we only saw one part of it where it's how they're trying to improve their performance, but there are so many different aspects that you can use at a club or a league. So can you share a little bit on this?
Yeah, so it's typically the way I understand sports analytics is it's use of a lot of data, information, logical reasoning using those data to help management, coaches, or teams take informed decisions based on some information that's been happening. We have been doing it in a non-sporting environment. Let's look at any other business, FMCG, sales, logistics, and everywhere. Everyone tracks their sales numbers, their revenue numbers, and everything, and they look at. In sport, it's pretty much wins, losses. That's about it, typically, right? So everything else is more subjective. Hey, we should have played well. He played great. It was a bad luck for us. So there are a lot of information which goes on to it, right? And even if someone says, hey, I think you please, let's say in tennis, we say, keep hitting to his backhand, maybe this thing. That's a perspective which you always think about. But the numbers can prove whether it's right or wrong. Okay. People will say, I mean, the simple thing of like home advantage. If you play at home, there's a high chance of winning. Is it true in every case or not? Right. So because whether does home advantage really make sense or not depends in multiple sports as well. So that is where if you are able to have a logical reasoning back with data and identify a pattern and help the decision makers with a way to take a decision much more better and much more informed way, right? That's what I look at analytics as a picture. And so what was the second part you were saying about? Yeah, so different parts of
Like the different types of analysis, like you have for fan engagement or performance, the things like that.
See, I look at from let's say from a team perspective, there are three different stages. One, I need to build my team, right? Either you do scouting or either you do auction, could be multiple levels. That's where Moneyball was pretty much showed that how scouting was done. And it's not just the names, but the data and numbers, right? Second, once the team has been identified, you move to fitness. That means how do you keep the player fit so that the player is fresh enough to go and perform better in the season to come in. That's where your injury management, predictive of injuries coming into picture, how fit the player is. Now you spend so much of money, the player gets injured, you don't have any information about what's happening. It's a loss for the company, right? So you need to have a lot of information on the fitness part of things. Yeah. Then third is the season. That's where the performance analysis comes in, study about the opponent, in-game analysis, post-game analysis, and these are set of things which comes in from a playing perspective. Okay. Off the pitch, there are other things which you can do from ticket sales, merchandising, fan engagement, and those kind of analytics will come in. Okay. If it could help our team to increase their revenues, reduce the cost, how analytics can play a role, those things can be done in the off the pitch environment perspective. How much sponsor get the eyeballs, where should you put those banners, what time the ad should be shown out. So these are things which off the pitch can be done. Typically in a pitch, building the team, keeping them fit, and winning the season. That's where three things which I look at.
Yeah.